DreAllDay.com.
You are now tuned in to the show where you learn the discipline to show up day after day to do the work, the confidence to put yourself out there boldly and authentically, and the mental toughness to continue showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there, even when the success you've expected to achieve has yet to be achieved. And on top of all this, you get a huge dose of personal initiative, which is the go-getter energy that moves any one of us, including yourself, to go and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. And then we put all this together into one bundle, one package, one mindset, one method, one philosophy, one book, one show, one daily masterclass that is called Work on Your Game. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, and welcome to the show. And today's topic is how to calm yourself down. It's really about how to regulate your energy. Keep yourself under control in moments where maybe the situation might be, or at least you may think it is, calling for you to get out of control. How do you stay under control? Now, before I get into why we're talking this topic, I'll remind you that I have a text message line where I want you to text me. Tell me the best insight you got from today's class. Tell me something you're going to do different. Tell me a way that you're going to think different based on what you heard here today. My number is 305-384-6894. Once you text me, not only will you be able to engage with me directly, and I read and respond to all of my own texts, you also will be on my daily motivation text message list. Everybody in my community gets my daily motivation text, which I send out every single morning directly to your phone. So even if you just want to get that, just send me a text right now and say hello. Once we confirm you are who you actually are, you'll be in my texting community and you'll be getting my daily motivation text every morning. And anytime that you have a question or challenge, you can just text me, and I, again, spend time every single day replying to my text. So this topic here today, how to calm down. Now, I got this idea because I heard some people talking about how to deal with burnout. Now, if you happen to be all of you are professionals, maybe you dealt with this at some point or another. I know a lot of entrepreneurs deal with burnout simply because we pretty much make our own schedules. And if you're excited about what you do as an entrepreneur, you probably work a lot more as an entrepreneur than you would if you're working at somebody's company. Because at least at somebody's company, you have a specific job that you have to do. You're not responsible for everything. You're responsible for a certain job, and you know what time you start and what time you finish. You can leave work at work. But when you're an entrepreneur, your work pretty much goes everywhere you go. I mean, you basically live, breathe it, eat it, and sleep it when you're an entrepreneur. So we work a whole lot more than we would if it wasn't our thing, the thing that we're doing. So I know a lot of people in the entrepreneurial world deal with burnout. Maybe you are dealing with it. So that's what we're going to talk about here today. But this can apply to burnout. It can apply to a specific isolated situation right there in the moment. You're having a conversation with somebody and things are getting kind of out of control. It can deal with a certain time period in your life where you're dealing with some tumultuous, stressful situations. How can you keep yourself calm and relaxed in the midst of whatever situation, whether, again, it could be in the micro, something that's happening in the last 5 minutes, or in the macro, something that's just taking place, it's just a normal part of your life. How can you stay more relaxed overall, and why would you even want to? That's what we're talking about here today. Today's topic, once again, how to calm down. Point number one, breathe. This is the best thing you can do to calm yourself down, is to breathe. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, Dre, I'm already doing it. I've been doing that forever, every single day, ever since I've been alive. I'm already 30 years old. I'm already 45. I'm already 17. Why do you need to tell me to breathe? Well, even though breathing is an involuntary thing that we do on our own, what I mean here is breathing more deeply and becoming conscious about your breathing. This breathing thing, this is an in-the-moment thing, and is also a habitual thing, and I'm going to explain what I mean. First of all, let's understand the value of breathing. And when I talk about breathing here, I mean breathing deeply into your diaphragm to where your belly is filling up with air. And if you really think about it, you keep breathing normally how you are right now, you'll notice that your breath usually stops short of even getting to your lower ribs. It usually goes about to the middle of your ribs, about the level where your heart is at, where you can feel your heart beat in your chest, and then it comes right back up. That's more shallow breathing. I'm talking about deep breathing. Deep breathing oxygenates, well, all breathing does it, but deeper breathing does it more. It oxygenates your blood, meaning brings more oxygen to your blood. It brings more oxygen to your brain and more oxygen to your muscles. And all of those things need oxygen. Even if you're not a scientist, which I am not, we all learned in elementary school that human beings breathe oxygen. Everybody knows that, right? That you need oxygen to breathe. So if you run out of oxygen, it's pretty much over. When you run out of oxygen, game over. So more oxygen will probably help you. I mean, if you can get more oxygen on a consistent basis, into your brain, into your blood, into your muscles, your body will feel better, your mind will feel better, you'll think more clearly, you'll think more sharply, and you will calm down when you breathe more deeply than when you're breathing more shallowly. Think of your physiology when you are doing something like sleeping, or you're doing something that you enjoy, or next time you see somebody sleeping. I don't care if it's a little baby or a grown adult. You see somebody sleeping, pay attention to how they're breathing. They're breathing very deeply. When you're relaxed or you're sleeping, you breathe really deeply and you breathe really slowly in those moments. But when you're in a situation of feeling stressed or anxious, how do you breathe? You breathe very shallow and you breathe really fast. So here's the exercise I'm going to give you. They call this box breathing. I hadn't heard it called this before, but this is what we'll call it box breathing, so we all on the same page. Take a 4 count as you breathe in. So as you breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in the whole time. Then hold it for a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then breathe out for a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then hold that for another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this whole process of 1 in and 1 out could take you about, let's say about 20 seconds. And do that a few times. Do that about 5 times. 5 box breaths. Hold, breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold, all for a 4 count. Each one of those 4 things for a 4 count. That'll take you about 20 seconds for each one. You do 5 of them, that'll take you, 2 minutes? All right, do that. That'll calm you down immediately. It only take you 2 minutes. Or just catch yourself at any time of the day when you might be feeling a little bit stressed, you might be moving a little bit too fast, starting to feel a little bit anxious. Take 10 deep breaths, just 10 deep breaths. Just breathe in, let your belly fill up, then breathe out at the same pace that you breathe in. That change is immediate when you start doing that and start doing it habitually. What happens is your brain and body become more oxygenated, and you overall, in general, will just be a more calm and a more relaxed person. Personally, every day, when I finish my yoga routine, I do about 5 to 10 minutes of yoga every single day as a routine. At the end of my yoga routine, I finish it with 10 deep breaths. Just 10 deep breaths. Once a day helps calm my body down. It's part of the yoga practice. And remember that yoga is a practice, not a science. Is a practice. So there's nothing to perfect or quote unquote get better at. You can get better, but it's a practice overall. You're always practicing. And the point of those 10 deep breaths, even if you're just doing it once a day, that takes you 1 minute out of 24 hours in a day. It's a practice for the other 23 hours, 59 minutes, or whatever amount of time you are awake, in which you may get into a potentially stressful, anxiety-inducing situation. You can calm yourself down and relax yourself. Because you already have the practice of the deep breathing, it's easier to get into that state. It's easier to get into the calm, relaxed state because you already know what it feels like. You have practiced it on a day-to-day basis. It's not about you just being able to do it immediately that day. It's about doing it every day as a habit, the breathing, so that when you get into a situation, you automatically go into it without having to think about it. As I've told you, in moments of stress and anxiety in your life, you do not rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your preparation, training, habits, and routines. So whatever you are used to doing on a day-to-day basis, when you get into a high anxiety or high stress situation, you automatically go there without even thinking about it. It's involuntary because you have already prepared yourself for it. Now, you can prepare yourself for something that's not going to serve you, like becoming more anxious and stressed when you get into anxiety-inducing situations, or you can prepare yourself for something that will serve you by learning how to calm yourself down in times of peace, so to speak. So then when you get into times of war, so to speak, you can already go into that meditative state. So more oxygen will help you a lot. Just learning how to breathe deeply, just taking in those deep breaths, 10 deep breaths every day, box breathing in any moment when you catch yourself kind of getting out of control, just that in, hold it, out, and hold it. Do that 5 times, you'll automatically calm down. Breathing is the #1 tool for calming yourself down in the moment and for practicing calming down from when you will need to call on it immediately and you won't have time to think about it. Point number 2, today's topic again is how to calm yourself down. In the book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, he said, if you are not in danger, do not fight. If you are not in danger, do not fight. What does this mean? It means do not allow yourself to get into the fight or flight state when you don't need to be. Fight or flight energy exists. If you don't know what that is, the fight or flight energy is the energy that we all by default go into when we feel high stress or high anxiety. And we literally choose whether we're going to fight or flight. Either we try to escape the situation, physically, verbally, emotionally, escape the situation. That's the flight part. We get out of there, flee the situation, or we fight. We stay there and we go deeper into the situation. We dig in our heels and we get ready for a battle with whatever that situation happens to be. That situation can be a person, place, thing, energy, idea, circumstance, whatever it happens to be. But understand, you don't have to go into the fight or flight mode at all if you choose not to. The fight or flight energy exists within us as human beings, harking back to the, so to speak, caveman days, so that it was designed for us to handle dangerous situations temporarily and then go right back to our normal states. That's the purpose of fight or flight. So if there was a saber-tooth tiger that we saw around the corner, the fight or flight instinct would kick in where we're either going to go fight the saber-tooth tiger to the death, or we're going to run away from the saber-tooth tiger so it doesn't kill us. But then when we get away from the situation and the threat is no longer present, we can go right back to relaxing. That's the purpose of fight or flight. The challenge with many of us human beings these days is that even though most of us don't have saber-tooth tigers just walking around our neighborhood waiting to kill us, many of us feel as if we are in fight or flight mode perpetually. We just always feel anxious. We always feel stressed. There's always just something around the corner that we're going to have to deal with that is going to raise our level of anxiety. You want to eliminate this perpetual feeling. One way you can do it is what we talked about in point number 1, which is breathing. And the second one is you consciously understanding that you are not in danger on a perpetual basis in your day-to-day life today. If you're listening to this, you have enough luxury in your life that you're not continually in danger. You have time to listen to a podcast, this one being a masterclass. But that's fight or flight is temporary energy. It is not something that you need to carry with you all the time. You do not need to be in a state ready to fight all the time. You also don't need to be in a state ready to flee all the time. Do not use this energy, this fight or flight energy, unless you absolutely have to, meaning when you are actually in a state of danger and you need to choose whether you're going to fight and defend yourself or flee and get the hell away from some danger. Most of the things that you deal with in life on a day-to-day basis are not dangerous. They are not inherently dangerous. You might see them as dangerous, but they are not actually dangerous. So what you're going to need here is a little bit of logical, rational, reasonable thinking, and you need to detach yourself from your emotions a little bit. How do you do that? If you happen to be a person who sometimes gets a little bit irrational, a little bit illogical, a little bit unreasonable, and making things bigger than they actually are, breathing. That's why we went over breathing in the first point, so you understand that you don't need to be in that state all the time. Do not use fight or flight energy unless you absolutely have to. And most of us in the world that we live in today, very rarely are you in a state where you need to either fight or flee from a circumstance. So don't use this energy unless you have to. I'll tell you a story. Last week, from when this is being recorded, I was outside in Miami, and there was this homeless guy who was walking around. I was sitting at a coffee shop, and there was this homeless guy who was walking around, and he was using all kind of profanity and just seemingly talking to himself and kind of sort of talking to other people. And I saw him go inside of a coffee shop. And I was outside, so I didn't see what happened inside of it. But a few minutes later, the door flings open to the coffee shop, and there was this man, not the homeless guy, but a different man, had the homeless guy in his grasp, and he opened the door and he just body slammed this homeless guy on the ground, just straight up body slammed him. And he said to him, after he slammed him, he said to him, "I don't give a fuck who you are, man. You better show me respect." And then he went right back on the inside. Then the security guards from the coffee shop came out and they were on the phone. They called the police. The police came and they got rid of the homeless guy. Apparently this homeless guy was in there causing trouble. And so the guy who body slammed him, he didn't get in trouble or anything like that. Apparently he had a reason to do what he did. And it made me think of what I'm talking about right here, this second point. If you are not in danger, do not fight. Now, while to me, it was funny to me to see this homeless guy get body slammed, because I could tell by the way he was talking that he probably did or said something that he probably shouldn't have to the wrong person, which is how he ended up getting slammed on the ground the way that he did. At the same time, I will also offer that that man inside the coffee shop probably didn't need to body slam the homeless guy. Now, was the homeless guy actually a threat? Is he actually going to hurt this man who apparently is very capable of physically defending himself? Probably not. That man probably was using his fight or flight. That was definitely the fight version of fight or flight he was using in body slamming this homeless guy. He didn't need to go that far. Now, again, he was justified in doing it. He didn't get in trouble. The cops didn't do anything or say anything to him, but they need to go that far? Probably not. If you are not in danger, don't fight. Now, if someone's not really a threat to hurt you, you don't need to hurt them. Now, could somebody be annoying to you? Yes. But are they a threat? Are you actually in danger? Probably not. Okay, then save that energy for when you actually need it. Only break glass in case of emergency. All right, and this is something that I want all of you to keep in mind. And this is why the breathing matters so much. The more breathing you do on a consistent basis, the more calm you will be over the course of a day, so that when annoying things happen, when somebody is bothering you, when you need to get rid of a problem in your life, you don't always have to go into fight mode and destroy that person. You can just calmly get rid of them. Calmly and firmly get rid of them, but you don't necessarily have to body slam every person who annoys you. I'm not saying that that man does that. He probably doesn't. But the point is, the homeless guy was not a threat. He appeared to be kind of either he just didn't have everything in place mentally, or he was under the influence of some type of narcotic. I don't know what, but he was not a physical threat to anybody. He wasn't in the mental state, I could tell, to physically hurt anybody, but he could definitely be annoying. But there's a way to get rid of an annoying person besides having to body slam them on the ground. But anyway, this is my point. So hopefully that guy who did the body slamming, hopefully he's listening to this. He realized he doesn't have to do that with a person like that who is not actually a threat to him. Point number 3. Today's topic, once again, is how to calm yourself down. Number 3, preparation. How do you prepare to calm yourself down? Well, we talked about it already in point number 1, is breathing as a natural habit. The second thing, as we talked about in point number 2, is understanding that if you are not in danger, you don't need to go into fight or flight mode. And here's some other things you can do. Having a consistent meditation practice. We talked about meditation in an episode on this show. Let me make sure I give you that one. That is episode number 1476. Why you need a meditation practice in your life. Meditation is similar to yoga. It is a practice for calming yourself down and relaxing yourself, so that because you've built up that habit of calming and relaxing yourself, when you get into a stress-inducing situation or potentially stress-inducing situation, you can automatically calm down and relax without even having to think about it. That's how it works. That's why you practice. Sleep, getting a consistent and adequate amount of sleep every single night. If you don't know how much sleep you need every night, one night, go to sleep, don't set an alarm, and see how long you're sleeping. When you wake up, because you're done sleeping, see how long that took. All right, that's how much time you actually need to be sleeping on a day-to-day basis. Now, with the disclaimer that if you aren't consistently not getting enough sleep, you might have some sleep debt that you need to pay off that one night. So see if you could do this for like 3 or 4 or 5, let's say about 5 nights in a row. On that 5th night, how much time are you actually sleeping? That's how much sleep you need on a nightly basis. That's how much you need to be getting. When you're getting that much, you're not working against yourself, meaning your willpower is stronger, you have much more patience, you're much more calm, you're much more meditative, and you don't go into fight or flight mode because your nerves are not freed. You don't go into fight or flight mode as easily, let's say, because your nerves are not as free. Nutrition, what are you putting in your body? Would you agree that if you put a lot of junk food and potato chips and alcohol in your body as opposed to some whole foods and vegetables and water and fruit, that you might go into fight or flight mode a little bit more easily if you're putting junk in your body as opposed to putting good stuff in your body? Would you just based off your basic logic? I'm not a nutritionist or a doctor, but can we agree that logically makes sense? Because it does. All right, all of these things are part of your preparation for staying calm. Meditation, sleep, nutrition, breathing, and understanding that you do not need fight or flight energy most of the time. These things all get your body and mind prepared for its best performance and prepared to better handle possibly stress and anxiety inducing situations. As I've said before with meditation, it is a practiced state. That's the reason that you meditate. You are practicing the state of meditation so that you can automatically go there, because you have practiced so much that your brain and mind will take you there without you having to say anything. You don't have to constantly think about it. It'll just happen. Adequate sleep helps you make better decisions and have more willpower. Nutrition does the exact same thing. These are all part of the homework. This is all part of doing your homework to make sure that you stay calm and relaxed in your life. I talked about homework in episode 1925, just 3 weeks ago. Make sure you are doing your homework, preparing yourself ahead of time for the situation before it occurs. And just as a note, everybody, professionals are always prepared before the situation that they get into. Only amateurs show up to a situation such as life unprepared and not knowing what's going to happen. Then they just try to figure it out as they go along. Professionals always are prepared for what's going to happen, and they have practiced ahead of time for what's going to occur so that they're ready for it. They never just show up and try to figure it out as they go, even though being that they're professionals are probably more skilled and more talented than amateurs, and they could get away with it much more likely than an amateur could, yet the professional prepares. That's the reason why there's such a difference between the pros and the amateurs, and the reason why my latest book, The Third Day, is subtitled The Decision That Separates the Pros from the Amateurs. Doing your homework is one of those decisions. So let's recap today's class, which is how to calm yourself down. Point number 1, breathe. Breathing oxygenates the blood, the brain, the muscles, your entire body. Even if you're not a scientist, you know that humans need oxygen. When you run out of oxygen, the game's over. You give yourself more oxygen, you'll be able to play the game better and play it longer. Any of you do cardio? What happens when you get tired when you're doing cardio? It's because your body is not getting enough oxygen. Your muscles are not getting enough oxygen. That's why you got to stop and take a breath. The more oxygen you can process, the better you'll be able to do your cardio, whatever that cardio happens to be. So remember the box breathing technique: 4 in, hold it; 4 out, hold it. Take 10 deep breaths at any point during your day. The change is immediate. Number 2, Sun Tzu said in The Art of War, if you are not in danger, do not fight. Meaning, do not get in fight or flight mode when you don't need to be. Fight or flight energy exists to handle a situation and then go back to your normal state. It is temporary energy. It is not perpetual all day, everyday energy. Many of us are walking around in fight or flight mode all the time. You do not need that energy all the time. What you need to do is breathe more, and you need to do some yoga and some meditation so that you can calm yourself down. You do not need that energy all the time. You don't need to be body slamming homeless people who are not a threat to you. Point number 3, preparation. Meditation, yoga, nutrition, sleep, breathing, understanding the use of fight or flight and the non-use of fight or flight. These things are all part of doing your homework, getting your body and your mind prepared for its best performance so you can better handle what could be, to some people, the underprepared, stress and anxiety inducing situations. Do you notice that people who really are really good at doing their homework, people who are very perpetually calm, people who are meditative, who do yoga, who get adequate sleep, and they have proper nutrition, you notice that those type of people, notice that they don't go into fight or flight mode as often as others. Notice the people who it's very hard to get them to feel stressed, type people who never seem anxious, no matter what is going on. They never seem anxious. They always seem calm. They always seem really meditative and relaxed, even though the situation might not be so great for them in the moment. You want to know what they all have in common? They probably all have some type of meditative practice. They might not all do it the same way, but there's some practice there. They have some type of yogic practice. They get good amount of sleep. They take care of their nutrition. They are able to calm and regulate themselves at any given moment involuntarily. Not because they always think about it. It's just involuntary. It just happens for them. You know why? Because they've done their homework. These people can remain calm no matter what's happening around them. If you find yourself getting stressed and anxious over little things that should not stress you out or make you anxious, because you aren't doing your homework. And what I'm giving you here today is the homework that you need to do to start preparing yourself for these situations. Again, prepare in times of peace so that you are ready for war. All right, don't wait until the situation occurs, then say, damn, I should have listened to Dre and calmed myself down and started preparing. No, do the preparation now before those things happen so that when they happen, they don't even bother you as much. All this said, anyone who is looking for someone who can help coach you, to help you move you to where you want to be, help you get you to where you want to be. I'm not going to do it for you, but I can help you get there. You're looking for some personal coaching, personal development, professional development. Make sure you maximize your personal talents and opportunities, professional as well, to get the highest ROI out of yourself. Any of you who understand the value of that, then you may be a good candidate for my 3rd Day Mastermind. It is the only place, people ask me, that I offer direct coaching. If you want to be directly coached, that's the only place that I offer it. If you like to get on a call on Zoom, free of charge, to talk to me about that, all you need to do is go to workonyourgameuniversity.com, click the button that says join the mastermind. There is a link down below also. You can just click that link, or you can text me. I'll tell you my text number in a second, and I'll send you the link. You fill out that quick form, we'll get on a Zoom call and we'll talk about what we need to talk about if I can help you get from where you are to where you want to go. That's at workonyourgameuniversity.com/call. And outside of that, send me a text message. Tell me the best insight you got from today's class. My number is 305-384-6894. Work on your game. Dre all day.